Hey guys, we have this nice 27-inch iMac desktop. It's running a little slow. It has a 1 terabyte spinning drive in it, and we're going to replace it with a solid state 500 gig. And in order to do that, we're going to need this little tool, or you can use something like this to help pry the screen off. I love this little kit that I have. I'll link it in the description for you. So today we're going to use this tool. I love this tool. It's good for getting right between the glass here. So you want to get right between that glass and keep stroking down the entire screen very slow, not peeling the glass, because you can crack it if you go too quick. And you actually want to go across the top and down the other side as well. And like I said, you just want to keep doing these little strokes and keep going down deeper and deeper as you get it. Wow, this screen is dirty. So as it keeps going down, then you can slowly start to pry the screen off. Alright, before we take the screen off, there's a power cable and a ribbon cable down here that we need to detach from the motherboard. Be very careful removing this, because the video ribbon cable, not the power cable, but the video ribbon cable has a detached latch that you need to pry up. Okay, so now that you have the screen fully elevated off, we're going to go down here and try to rip off the adhesive before we take off the whole screen. Okay, so once you get the screen elevated, you're actually going to see these little tabs, and you're going to be like, what the hell is that? If you actually pull those tabs, that's going to remove the adhesive underneath that screen. So you're going to want to go ahead and pull that off. If you can't pull it off, or if this breaks, you're going to want to use a tool that I'm going to show you in the next scene here on how to do it if you can't get to that. But as you can see here, we've gotten pretty lucky that it hasn't ripped off yet. Oh, and there it went, but luckily on the side here, there's another one that we can start to try and pull off. There we go. Now we should be able to remove the screen fully off. Alright. So we have the screen now finally off without damaging the glass at all, which is a sigh of a relief, that's for sure. Now to remove this hard drive, you're actually going to have to remove this screw here and this screw here, and then take this contraption off. And then we'll be able to, there'll be a screw here and a screw here to remove this bracket that supports this drive, and then you'll be able to slide this right out. You don't need to remove this screw. It'll be able to just slide right off. And then here's the SATA connector and power connector here. We'll just take off, and then we'll put our SSD in here. Alright, we did a little ghetto rig in here, but it's the only way this thing can get in here. We just literally put in this other bracket. We zip tied the SSD in there and plugged that right in. We used an imaging tool. It's hardware based, but you can use software based. I know Samsung has their own cloning software when you buy a Samsung SSD, but this was just something that I already had, so I just basically cloned the 1 terabyte drive to a 1 terabyte SSD, Samsung Evo Pro. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this build, put the screen back on, and be done. Alright, before we put this screen back on, we just got done tearing apart all the leftover adhesive that was there before. You want to tear that off apart, the whole screen, which we did. Now I'm going to show you a trick if you don't have the adhesive that's supposed to be for this. I would recommend buying that, of course, but in this case this is a low budget build, so we're just going to go ahead and use this stuff that I got. I'm going to show you. Alright, so this trick I use 3M's outdoor heat intense double-sided tape. This stuff works great for outdoors. It's withstanding my Ring doorbell being mounted in the heat over 100 degrees outside. So you can see I have that adhesive slowly stretched out and peeled all across the board here. So that's going to hold that screen in place. I've done this many times. I know it's not the best way. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but you can buy the actual adhesive on eBay for a couple bucks. But I got to get this done today, so this is my best option. Alright, we got the screen mounted in place. Now we have our power cable and our video ribbon cable that we need to attach to the motherboard before we seal the screen up.